So I'm not able to take these vehicles out. Weird.
Uh, 6-9 going 10-41, 10-8. Is that 9-9? Whereabouts you hiding?
Yeah, it is though. Well, it's a GTA. Like, I'm gonna try some GTA RP in the server from.
Hey, rookie, how's it going?
Good day, Sarge. Doing fine. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. I got a bit of an itch, but other than that, pretty good.
Yeah. Well, did a lot of paperwork, so most of the. Oh goodness.
What?
Is it that bad?
Well, I don't know. I must have sat in something.
Maybe the doctor needs to have a look at that.
Maybe. I might see the doctor later, get a checkup.
But yeah, dude. It's technically like new
Let me just
game we're
find
trying out.
the information on what
It's
training you got.
GTA 5 RP. Chips is on that as well, and I'm gonna have a look at it. Like, I did like the fact that like it's 1960s, 1970s like based style, and it's looking actually quite good, and it deserves attention and maybe gets picked up. Who knows? I would never do such thing.
All right, so we go to awareness, escalation, negotiation, pursuits and traffic stops, and booking and processing. Let's do a quick quiz, see what you remember from last time. You ready?
I am pretty much, yes.
All right. Let's have a think. All right.
You didn't say anything about my haircut.
Oh my God, you've had a haircut. Sorry, I couldn't tell. It's the hat. Take the hat off. Let me have a look at that properly.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of afraid you might laugh if I take my hat off. You know.
I won't laugh at you. Well, not in front of your face, at least.
I don't even know if there's a command for that, to be honest. You sure? You sure? I mean, should
Well,
I
if
be
you'd
taking?
rather keep it on, you can keep it on, but I'm just saying.
I think I'll keep it on. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's like a command for that now. Well, at least there is. Pretty sure there is though. But like, again, way too new. Hmm.
All right, let's have a look at this paperwork here. All right, what's a 1070?
Um. Um. Well. Um. In need of assistance?
No, it's fire alarm.
Oh. 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 Well, I'm sorry.
All right, what's a 1078?
Well, that should be assistance then, right?
There we go. Go one out of two. All right, let's make it 2 out of 3, and I'll let you off. What's a 1050?
Should be an accident.
All right, I'll let you off then. 2 out of 3, I bet.
Hey.
All right. Tell me what do you do if you got a prisoner who needs to go up to the prison there?
So first of all, like you make sure he gets processed down here. Then you call in dispatch, see if there is like DOC officers available. If not available, like you ask dispatch if they can send some backup to you, so you're with to transport the person, and then you would prepare the car and start transporting him off. Once arrived at the prison, you get him through the front door. Make sure he's getting processed in there. Get his nice jumpsuit. Never go alone inside the jailed area because like just make sure the guard open the door. Let the guy in. Make sure he gets his hands with his handcuffs ready next to the gate so you can uncuff him. And then you make sure he's getting assigned his time right on the paperwork by the guard.
All right.
It's only my second day. I mean,
All right, okay. So, we're going to work on first.
Look at that sexy face. Although, I don't know. Really doesn't look really healthy though. Or does it now?
You passed your weapons training, yeah. All right. When do you use your gun?
Oh, I'm sorry. But you use your gun and only in situations where you get fired upon, or where you know if the person is armed and dangerous. Um, I'm sorry.
All right. Say it again. Now there, without kicking me this time, please.
So you only use your firearm if you get fired upon, or you have your weapon drawn in case you know the person is armed and dangerous and very hostile.
All right. For that good answer, I'll let you off for kicking me.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now let's have a look. Let's see here. We got a movement and processing. All right. All right. We'll do booking and processing while we wait for the for another officer.
Say again?
I said we're gonna do booking and processing.
Oh, okay, okay. Good, good.
So what you want to do is, you know, the little clipboard we have.
Mm-hmm.
I think we call it an MDT.
Yes, sir.
So when we, oh, actually, quick reminder. Just I don't know if I told you or not. The county line reminded me.
The county what, sorry?
The county line.
Oh.
Do you remember what it was for?
The county line.
Yeah, all maps have them.
Uh, um, well, I'm,
You forgotten?
I think I did.
All right. You'll have to remember this one because this was important. So if you ever look on your map there should be a county line. You see that?
Yeah.
All right. So the north side of that, the county has jurisdiction. The south side of that,
Ah,
normal
yes,
city
yes,
don't.
right.
You remember how jurisdiction works?
Yes, I do, I do.
Explain that to me.
So below the county line, it's actually the city police that has jurisdiction. Above it, it's well, the sheriff's office, and all the highways. It's the highway patrol.
All right. And you know why we have the different jurisdiction?
To divide the areas better, so there's much. It's more effective. So in case something goes on in the city cops are there. If something goes on in the county, the sheriff cops are there. And
Basically, what it is that all cops will deal with a situation. Just because it's a situation in the city doesn't mean county cops can't deal with it. Same the other way around. All right?
yes, sir.
However, when it comes to processing, depends where they're arrested. So if they're
Right.
arrested above the county line, It's county's problem to do the paperwork. If it's arrested below the county line, it's the city's job.
Exactly. It's not where the crime happened, it's where he gets arrested.
Exactly. Wherever he gets arrested, they go to said station. So north
Does
of the
any of
line,
you
they go
guys
to the
play
county
GTA, by
station.
the way?
South of the line, they'll go south to Davis here, right here.
Gotcha.
This is just makes things simpler for transporting people, and also if you're the officer who was first on scene, you'd still have to go along anyway, even if it was up in county, to help with the paperwork, because you were the first on scene. You know the most out of everybody.
That would be
Does that
true.
make sense?
It does. It does.
All right, good. Who's in charge on a scene?
Well, the first one on the scene or the highest ranking officer taking over the scene?
Now, highest ranking officer usually will not take over a scene
Oh, okay.
because they probably have arrived quite late. They don't know all the information. Now, to save time in trying to brief the officer or the higher up, it's easier for you to just keep charge of that scene until everyone's caught up.
Understood, sir.
Obviously, the higher up would be there to support you if you have any questions or you needed any assistance with stuff, but it would still be your scene. All right, so we've arrested somebody. We've arrested them around the corner. They're not far. We've brought them back here. What do you think happens next?
Well,
Just put him
then,
in a cell. We've just uncuffed him. He can wander around his cell. What are we doing?
well, we get all the evidence together, get the case up, and then a member of the city police is gonna handle all the rest paperwork wise.
All right, so you're handling it.
Exactly.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and open your clipboard there.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna go ahead and go over to incidents.
Okay.
And you see the little plus symbol there on manage incident?
I do.
Yeah, you wanna look at that, and then it'll give you a nice bit of nice little list you got to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
Any information like weapons, hostages, things like that, just put not applicable if you know. In regards to fine and sentencing, that should be dealt with within the paperwork.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, what we basically put is for the title. You're gonna see a couple of them already. The date, what the charge is, and is it the name of the thing? What's
Name. So-
I'll just copy what was already across there. Jason Miller, Carter Phillips, Jimmy Timbers.
Mhm.
Don't worry about the CID stuff. That's detectives, really.
I see. Okay. So how do we define the sentence? Like,
Okay, so what you want to look at is obviously if you need to add any evidence in, you can do any tags. If it just makes it easier to find in the future. Let's have a look. Oh, wait a minute.
So how y'all doing on this fine evening?
Sorry, okay. I just had to quickly remind myself. It's been a while since I've done one of these.
It's alright.
So yeah, you go through the list. Officers involved, civilians involved, in case there's any witnesses to contact at a later date. And then criminals involved. You get their ID. You make sure you know who they are. And then once they're in, you can pick their name from the system.
Okay.
Once their name's in place, you can use my name for now as an example. You remember my name?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, put my name in it. Once you've done that, you'll see an option to start putting some more information. Let me know when you've done that.
So I'm seeing like well, what warrant if guilty or not. I mean,
All right, yeah. So just below that, you want to use your right-click muscle, and you'll see modify charges.
okay, yeah.
And that's where you can add all the charges there. So you can search for them at the top and see what you can put in. Let's say it was possession of contraband.
Okay.
Once you've selected that, your fine and sentence should be tallied up. It tallies everything up at the end. Very handy.
Okay.
So what you do is you put all that information in, talk to the person, see if they have a lawyer. If they've got a lawyer, talk to the lawyer. They might try and swindle you down from some of the sentences. Usually, what you want to try and do is you want to hit them with as many well, I don't know, charges as possible. Anything that you can maybe get away with in court.
I see. Okay.
Even just throw in there like maybe one or two little things you might not be able to get away with. Because that's what you can use as a buffer when you talk to the lawyer. So then the lawyer's going to try and get rid of some of those charges. You want to try and keep the big ones, and kind of you're basically in sort of a barter with the lawyer to try and work out a sentence for them. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right, brilliant. Once that's all done, you've all agreed to the charges and such. You will go ahead and do the basically prison transport at that point. When it comes to fining, what you can do is you can not they normally can't actually pay the fine right away. Um,
Oh, okay.
Sometimes if it's a robbery, something like that, the only money they'll have is the stolen money. Obviously, you've already confiscated that from them, but they probably won't have money on them. So usually it's just left on record to say to be paid. And then when it is finally paid, somebody else will come back to that incident and wipe it clean. Does that all make sense?
Yes, it does, sir.
All right, and always make sure you've saved your work. You don't have to write it all out again. Alrighty. All right, let's play it out. Do you know what roleplay is?
What? I think I do. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna pretend. So what roleplay is you pretend to be somebody you're not, all right? So I'm gonna pretend to be a criminal, and you're gonna pretend to be yourself. Well, actually, you probably don't have to pretend that. Just be yourself.
All right. Yeah, I know, right?
All right, I've just been arrested. Now what? I've been searched. I got nothing on me.
So what are you being? Well, why have we be taking you in then?
Let's say Grand Theft Auto and drive-by shooting.
All right. So, do you have a lawyer, or not?
No, I do not have a lawyer.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So, does this include the transport to the jail as well, or not?
Sorry, say it again. What's that?
Does that include the transport to the jail or not?
What, you mean this scenario? No.
All right.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and fill out the charge sheet on the incident with all the information you have at hand.
So, is your name Phil McCracken, sir?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
How'd you already know that?
Well, is
Have you asked for my ID?
wait, didn't we pass it all? 'Cause since you've been searched.
Have you been told my name?
I've,
See, now you can't rely on other people's communication. Sometimes the other officers are a bit shit.
I see.
Always make sure yourself, because I could just turn around and be like, no, I'm Billy Bootlegger. I don't know.
All right.
You just have to agree, because you haven't been told. This is how to trick you, you see.
I see. Okay. So, sir, you're being charged with Grand Theft Auto. Oh, there's different charges in there.
All right, let's just say it's A for now.
All right.
So now, you know the things you're going to charge him for.
Yes. So he has a $900 fine and 15 minutes months.
Or is that it?
Sorry, months. 15
what?
months in jail.
Is that all? Oh, fantastic. I'm not even getting charged for the drive-by shooting. Fantastic.
Wait, you did drive-by shooting?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said before, drive-by shooting and Grand Theft Auto and drive-by shooting.
Oh, I thought it was only Grand Theft Auto. Okay.
Oh no, both. I mustn't be speaking clearly there. So if the
I will. So you have no firearm license. So that's possession of an illegal firearm.
Yep. See, now these are exactly what you need. You need to add all those little extras in, because that's what the lawyer's going to try and fight you for.
That's reckless endangerment.
Perfect. See, now what your focus will be is to try and get him for the main thing, which would be the drive-by shooting, right? The Grand Theft Auto is here or there, but the shooting, that's what you want to get him for.
You also get an attempt to murder on a public servant or peace officer because you were shooting from the car towards us.
Nice, I like that. Now, obviously the lawyer will do everything in their power to try and hit you with, will that stand up in court? And depending on what evidence has been collected at the time, it might or it might not stick. Obviously that depends on what the lawyer says, but if they don't have a lawyer, you could always just kind of convince them that you're doing them a favor, removing such and such and such and such, but they have to do this or that.
I see.
Get what I'm saying?
I see. On top of that, you get carjacking. Alright. So, as of today, you shall be charged with carjacking, attempt to murder on a public servant or peace officer, reckless endangerment, possession of a legal firearm, and Grand Theft Auto, which will be a total fine of $14,200 and 130 months in jail.
I don't have that kind of money.
Do you have somebody that you can borrow that from?
No, but I might be able to get it when I'm out of prison.
Okay. Is there a way we can add... Oh. Is there a way we can add more jail time if you can't pay the ticket?
No, what you do is you just make sure there's a note in the incident to say, hasn't paid, fine. And then what we'll do is we'll send out bail bonds to... the bail bonds? No, bailiffs, sorry. To
All right.
go basically hunt them down for the money.
All right, sir.
We
So
send out a bounty, but...
you will have to sign the paper here that you did not pay the fine, so that way a bond will be set up for you, and that will be arranged with court then.
All right. So I've signed the piece of paper. What's next?
So what's next is then we'll move you downstairs, and we'll do the necessary papers, well, the necessary calls to make transport happen towards jail.
All right. That clears this cell up for any others who are coming in, so that's great. Let's play that one out then. Take me down to the other cell.
All right, sir, can you come towards this cell door, please? Turn away from towards the wall.
Ah, good, because I was going to punch you in the face if you came in here.
All right. There you go. So, pair of cuffs. Alright. 5 steps forward, please.
Now, what you can do, depending on how how cooperative the suspect is being, you can either choose to escort them, or if they're being cooperative, you let them walk on their own. If they're not being cooperative, you escort them. If they're being really, irate.
Alright. Alright. 5 step forward, please. So we can open the door towards the wall. So 5 steps towards the wall.
Oh, could you open the door?
Yeah. There you go. You can follow me. Thank you. Right, go ahead. Alright, follow me down, sir. You can choose for me, left or right.
I think I'd prefer the right because it says men on it.
Alright. Just make sure. Go ahead. Alright. I want you to come back towards the cell door. Face against the wall, please. Thank you.
The reason we don't keep people cuffed in the cells is because they do need to eat and drink. We don't want a medical issue on our hands.
There we go. Alright, so you'll be waiting here until transport is happening towards jail.
Alright, perfect. Great job.
Thank you.
Alright, any questions so far with that?
No, sir.
Pretty simple stuff, to be honest. It's you know. What we do is if they want a lawyer, we usually let them have the interrogation room. We'll give them their space, let them talk to their lawyer. We don't get involved.
What's a timely manner to get a lawyer in here?
Usually the case is we'll call for a lawyer for them. Basically, we give them around about 10 minutes time if they want it. If they're desperate to have a lawyer, we'll wait until they decide, no, I don't want a lawyer anymore.
Hey, Spellcross, how you doing?
On how long they want to spend waiting for a lawyer.
I see, okay.
You can keep them themselves however long we want. Just depends on how long they want to wait, you know?
That's alright. Okay. How's your day today?
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Right, I just realized there's naturally a arresting module, so I'll just mention this now. Even if the suspect is already being searched on scene, while he's in the cell cuffed, do another search, just in case. You don't want to uncuff him and find he's got a knife hidden somewhere.
Wait, what is that? I don't know that. Okay, yes, sir.
Alright, perfect.
What's Paris Duck? I probably can't see the emotes here.
Alright, sweet. That's another pass. Well done.
Well, thank you, sir. Yeah, I mean, pretty, I don't know. So, what happens if these doors stay open?
Oh, say it again. Which doors? Wait, what?
These doors.
What? Wait, the cell doors?
Yes.
What do you mean if they stay open?
Well, what if somebody forgets to lock them? Yeah, it was.
Well, then we got a problem on our hands, because then criminals will escape.
I see. Okay.
But to be fair, the doors upstairs should be locked as well at all times. So if you forgot to lock both sets of doors, then we definitely have a problem.
Has anybody escaped yet? These cells.
No, not these cells. Somebody's escaped once during prison transport.
Okay.
There was a group of about 3 or 4 of them waiting along the highway. Ambushed the driver. This was back when we had DOC staffed. Yeah, the corrections officer got completely overrun with them. And they ended up escaping. It was not a fun time. This is why
I can
we do the
imagine.
escort. Separate vehicles. Because if one vehicle gets shot out, at least there's a second as a backup. Which can call in backup as well.
So how does the prison come transport their persons with a bus or?
Sometimes with a bus, sometimes with it's like a van.
Oh.
It depends on the officer.
He's technically training me, Spell.
Depends how many we've got going as well. If there's a good chunk of them, we'll have the bus. If it's just one, it's probably just the van. If it's just one person. What we got next? Gotta wait for another officer for the pursuit and traffic stop module.
Okay.
Negotiations. First of all, do you know what a negotiation is?
It means I'm giving you my nightstick and you giving me a donut.
I hope that isn't your negotiating style, because I feel like a nightstick is more valuable than a donut.
No, I mean it's just an example, you know. I mean, it's negotiating.
Yeah, all right then. So right. Scenario. There's currently a bank robbery in process. We turn up, they've got a hostage. What's the first thing you do? You're the first on scene.
Well, we make sure the scene is locked off, so no more people can be grabbed hostage, and nobody walks in or out.
All right. Who's making communication with them?
Well, preferably somebody trained in it. But if you're the first on scene, you'll lay first communications.
That is correct. You don't want to just leave them there and wait until an officer arrives or someone with the training. You gotta start some communication. So yeah, you want to start some communication with them, find out what's happening, find out how many people they've got, find out if they're okay, if they're alive, get them to proof of life. Very important. If they don't, that's important information for the other officers to know.
Okay.
If they prove proof of life, then we have a problem. Because they have a card, just, you know, they've got card in the deck. So, what do you think the next step is?
Well, the next step would be like getting these hostages out and without them, well, dying.
How are we gonna do that?
Well, we asked what the hostage taker wants, and if he has multiple people taken hostage, we'll see if he could release one in good faith, so we can actually try and work something out with him.
All right, let's say he's got 2 hostages.
All right. So, what are his demands?
His demands are a vehicle that
Okay.
he can escape in, and he wants safe passage to the vehicle.
All right. Well, you know, before anything else, like we need to know he's of good faith, so we can arrange the vehicle for him. But like in good faith, you'll have to release a hostage though, so that way we know you're actually willing to work with us.
Fantastic, great. Have you done this before?
No, sir.
You're doing a great job. Okay, so he's agreed to this. He lets out 1 hostage. He's giving you the faith. What do you do next?
What we do then is like let the officers that are around him retreat away to a safe location, still have eye on the car, and then we'll tell him the car is actually delivered, and tell him like, look, the car is there, and all we need now is you having to release the hostage when you go to the car.
All right, so what car do we give him?
He asked for a 4-door car.
But he never specified what kind, did he?
No.
Apart from that. So what we could do is just give him something that's a bit shit.
Well,
If they specify
obviously.
for a sports car, then we have a problem, obviously. But yeah, if they're not, always listen to the details. If they don't specify, brilliant, use it against them.
Well, I mean, if it would be a sports car, we just have officers go up the road and down the road, placing spikes on the road in case he does get off with the car.
This is fair. Now, sometimes when they're, they've been through this a few times, they start to realize, oh wait, I'm gonna say no spike strips either.
Sure.
But I do like the idea of the spike strips up the road. That's
Then we'll just make sure that the vehicle is as good as empty on fuel. I will just follow him until it runs out of fuel.
Yeah, so you just gotta keep them occupied, keep them talking until the other officers have let the fuel go down a bit. All right. So the vehicle's arrived. They're coming out. They're giving you the extra hostage. What's next?
What's next
Try
is
to take them down, or you're gonna pursue?
no. Well, we'll make sure that the hostage is safe. If there is nobody else that could be harmed in the area, we'll approach the hostage taker. I mean, if the area is safe, of course, like if nobody is able to be harmed, if there's still issues with people being, well, possibly harmed, then we'll have to, let them go in the car and, like, guide them towards a desolate area.
So yeah, that's the thing. We need to stick to our promises in the negotiation, because otherwise, if it ever happens again, they'll not trust us. We need to stick to those promises. So we need to give them safe access to their vehicle, if that is what they have asked for.
All right.
But it doesn't mean you can't have 2-3 other vehicles prepared for a chase while you're still dealing with a hostage or whatever else is going on.
All right.
It's all about just setting things ready, just in case. I did like the idea of the spike strips, though, because he didn't say anything about spike strips. All right, I like that. Are you quite confident with that? Obviously, you won't ever really be asked to do negotiation, but sometimes you won't have a choice. You just have to be in the first on scene or something.
Yes, sir.
Think you'd be confident with that?
I am.
All right, perfect. That's another pass. See, it's pretty easy, really.
Is it? I mean, seems quite stressful.
Well, no, I just meant the training modules in general. Negotiations on easy and peaceful. All right, let's have a look. What's next? All right, what we'll do is we'll do these both at the same time. We can do this in the car.
All right. But yeah, guys, this is Broadwalk RP. It's fairly still in development. It's like 1960s, 1970s ish themed. I mean, I'm not familiar in that in the GTA branch. Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm not familiar in the GTA branch here. But it really deserves attention, I think.
Oh, actually, no. Pull in. We'll get you a proper car. Park this one up next to the.
Ooh, this is nice.
Give me 2 seconds. Make sure it goes in your garage, all right. Oh, flex your F1. Tell me if you see an option for garage.
Yeah, parking job.
Sweet. All right, 2 seconds.
So this is not a really hardcore strict RP. This is like the I would say entry level RP, which is still a good step up. Like if you like to RP, but like are like how to say pretty basic with it still. that doesn't work.
Alright, this should do the trick. Alright, so we're gonna work on awareness and escalation.
Okay.
Just pointed a place on the map here. You follow that up.
Okay. Sir.
Now, while we're driving up there, we're gonna talk about the escalation. Alright, here's another scenario. Alright, so we got a call out. There's a store robbery in progress. We turn up. We see somebody in there with a gun. There's just a pistol. What's the plan?
So could you explain that again, sir?
Yeah, sorry, am I quiet?
No, no, no.
We go to a store robbery. We see an individual through the window with a pistol in his hands. What is the what's the process? What do we do?
Well, make sure we're taking cover behind our vehicle. Yell to any bystanders if there is any to move away from the store doors. Call for backup. And
Are our guns still holstered?
no.
All right. So what? We pull out our guns.
We pull out the gun, aim towards the store where the person is in, and we call in backup while we also yell at the people to take cover and move away from the doors.
All right. So we're now in communication with the ones inside the store. We got our guns drawn. They got their gun drawn. Somebody comes from the back with a Class 2 firearm. So we're not dealing with Class 1s anymore, we're dealing with Class 2. We're talking your shotguns, something a bit heavier than a pistol. What do we do?
At that time, like if he is he running around threatening people with it?
Hey, he's got it pointed at the cashier along with the other guy with a pistol.
We still yell at him, tell him to drop it.
Alright. They've escalated the situation on their end. They've brought a bigger weapon out. What are we doing? Are we escalating as well, or are we trying to de-escalate?
Trying to de-escalate it.
Alright, and how would we do that? Because I think shouting and pointing our guns at them is probably not going to help de-escalate.
Well, we still, I mean, have our guns out, but like
Yeah.
we would try and talk with the person on why he's robbing the store. Like try to get his attention so his attention goes away from the store owner.
Alright, good. A third person comes out the back. There's a lot of people in the back, you see.
Seems like it.
Third person comes out the back. He's got a Class 3 firearm. Even bigger gun. Talking an automatic.
We give him one warning to drop the weapon.
See, now we're outgunned at this point. We just got pistols. We have no sort of protection if they come out guns a-blazing. At this point,
Hey,
it
Holy.
is definitely acceptable for one of our officers to pull out something heavier.
Okay.
We can always match the escalation, as long as there's de-escalation happening. We also need to be prepared for a fight, though, as well. So we will match their class of weapon, just in case it does come out to a shootout. But while we're doing that, we still have one officer who's trying to de-escalate the situation.
I'll make sure we're staying next to cover.
Yep. It's better if the other officers are able to do it discreetly without drawing attention to themselves. That can't always be, you know, helped sometimes. Sometimes you're in a position where you can't really do anything discreet. So it's all about just keeping an open communication with the individuals inside, because if you stop communicating, they'll start panicking, then they'll start shooting up the place.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, when it comes to the hostage situation, you're going to be negotiating anyway. But it helps before the negotiation for the de-escalation. It's all common sense stuff, really, to be real frank about it. It is. It is common sense. But sometimes, you know, some people don't have that. All right, so we're in a position where we've got class 3s out. You're still talking to the guy. How are we gonna de-escalate from that point?
I don't know. You tell me, sir.
Well, it can either go one or two ways at this point. It'll go on a full-on shootout. You'll have to give me a second. 2 seconds. Sorry, what was I saying?
Well, about escalation and de-escalation.
My mind did a bit of a brain fart. What?
About escalation and de-escalation, sir.
Ah, yes. So, yeah, at that point, it'll either go one way or the other, depending on the people inside and their personalities. You know, if they're hotheads, they'll probably end up in a gunfight. It can happen. You just gotta be prepared for that. However, using communication, you can de-escalate it. You know, get on make them think that you're on their side. You know, instead of against them. You know, be understanding about the situation. You know, try and humanize the situation.
I guess I'll have to stop the stream because kids are way too loud. So I'll see you all tomorrow.
What you can do is you can say, look,
sorry
let's
guys.
talk, let's put the guns away. And as an offer, you can put yours away, you know, put your hands up, walk a little bit closer